another installment of my minimalism series. It's the continuation of my kitchen. I started yesterday cleaning up my kitchen and organising everything. I will insert a link here to that video because it won't make much sense unless you watch that video first. But today I'm going to be finishing off everything in the kitchen. I'm going to be doing that today and then finishing up clearing everything up, because when you like empty drawers and stuff, it does create like chaos. I'm very excited for it finally to be done because I've not really been able to cook properly because there's so much chaos happening in my kitchen area. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so I'm going to start with this lot of drawers, and here is lots of just kitchen stuff. And then same again, there's no organisation to these at all. A lot of them are empty. Here's where we keep our pots. These are going to be the tricky ones. I think I might start with these. So that doesn't even open. That shows you how stupid that is. Oh my goodness, look at all these medicines. So when we arrived, I chucked all of my medication just in this drawer. I don't use any of it anymore. Like, this is the pill. I haven't been on the pill for years. And there's like vitamin C tablets. Basically, I think I had like a drawer that I feel like everyone has this. We have a drawer of like medicines and stuff, or tablets and things, and I've just not touched it. So I'm gonna throw probably the majority of this out because I don't use any of them. And like paracetamol, there's loads of paracetamol. I don't even use paracetamol. That's back in the day when I used to drink alcohol and have it on hangovers. Hopefully this will be a lot more organised. This is the amount of paracetamol that we have in the cupboard. Now, this is not my fault. This is Alex's fault. I'm doing this a lot in these videos where I'm blaming Alex for things, but he is a hoarder, so it's kind of hard to sort of adjust somebody who's used to keeping lots of stuff and buying lots of stuff, and he will just buy stuff without thinking about it, paracetamol being one of them. And neither of us even use paracetamol. Like, I can't even tell you the last time I used paracetamol. So I'm gonna keep a couple of them and like give some to my parents, because I know that my parents use them more than I do, so there's no need for us to have like that much. As you can see, I've emptied the drawers out. I might be sorting this or changing this around because, as I have said before, our middle room is going to be made into an office. So some of the things here, so like the notepads and these like sellotapes and stuff, might go next door. So I've got this jar of pens. So like I picked out my favourite pens and got rid of the rest, and like I'm going to take the rest to work. This might become like a spare drawer that I can use for something more useful. That's a pen that leaked. But that's just mental that you can go through drawers like that and look how much is gone. And I've thrown a lot away, but I've organised everything. So a lot of it was like letters and stuff that I just shoved in there, and like notepads that are like old notepads that I don't use anymore, didn't have any room in, and everything's now organised. Like all my letters are in my folder, and also the amount of medicine I threw away. So like that's just all of it now. Just now I've got this crazy mess here. No hiding anything here. This is all the mess that's been created. Oh, Zeus. Checking out the cupboard. Oh. No, you're not allowed in there. This probably is going to stay the same because honestly that's all stuff like the extra attachments for my food processor, and then the extra attachments for my juicer, and then all these other things that we use. So yeah, I'm just going to reorganise it so it's a bit neater. So this is the final kitchen, looking very, very nice and clean and tidy. And yeah, I can show you round now. I took a few books out there that I never use, but all of those ones I use them all regularly. So that's just stay the same basically. So here is way more organised. It's like breakfast stuff and it's all organised nicely. So we've got like porridge and chia seeds, hemp seeds, and all our cereals. I love this. This is like one of my favourite things. I got these big jars to put the cereal in. It looks so cool. And then here is like a thing filled with like energy bars and stuff, because we use those when we go cycling. And then down here is, these aren't full because we haven't been shopping recently, but they would have like different types of pasta in them, or like if we got brown rice or anything like that. But for now we've got like lentils and just all our grains really. And then there is another bowl actually, but it's just been washed up, so it's drying. But yeah, here's like bowls that we have for other things. And then down here, again, we haven't been shopping, but normally that has loads of fruit, so like bananas or pineapples or whatever fruit we have. And then in here is where we keep our vegetables. Ignore the back of that it's kind of stained, so that's not like dirt or anything. I need to get another wicker basket like this to put the potatoes in, and then here is like onions, and then down here is where Alex keeps his crazy store of beer. He, again, it's his hoarding. Drives me nuts, but yeah, that's where all the alcohol's kept. And then here, it's looking so much better. I love it. This side I didn't really organise that much. It was just, it's the same thing, I just tidied it up a bit. So down here we've got like beans and things, and here's like, you know, spaghetti, other foods, and up here's like treat food. And we've got this little thing for all of our chocolates and sweets, and then this has got some nuts in it. This is the side that I've organised way more, and like this, again, I bought way more jars, and it's all organised for baking. So these are like sugars and flours and coconut and all that sort of stuff, which pleases me, and I need to buy another one of these to swap that out for, because that doesn't like match. But then here we've got all of our sweetness. We've got golden syrup and date syrup, and then back there there's molasses and maple syrup, and then this sweet freedom syrup. I love putting these in like smoothies or on ice cream or anything like that. And then spices that I use in baking, so like ginger and nutmeg, and then at the back there's like bicarbonate of soda and stuff. And then in here, it's so handy to have these wicker baskets because it just makes storing things easier. I've said this before, I think, but to put wicker baskets or boxes or containers of some sort in your cupboards makes life a lot easier. So all kitchens need to have jars and wicker baskets or boxes or something to store things. I just got these because they're cheap. They don't look that bad, so yeah. But this has got like all of my sort of nuts, seeds, salt, you know, dried fruits, chocolates, and stuff to bake with, really. And then that just stores it all away nice and neatly rather than having it all rummaging around up there. And then at the top, we've got our sort of UHT milks that don't need to be in the fridge, and then that's just because that's nearly out. I don't really know where to put that apart from that. And then there's custard at the back, and then here's our NutriBullet containers. So that's so much better. I know there's loads of food in there, but I just think that it means that I know where everything is, and everything has its place, and it just makes life a lot easier. So next is over here. It's our condiments, spices, and sort of teas and coffees and stuff. Now this is my favourite thing that I've done. It's so satisfying. So I know I mentioned in my last video about the spices that we buy online. It makes it a lot easier if you do a lot of cooking and you like curries and spicy food. It makes it a lot easier to buy the spices in bulk online, and then you can put them in these jars. And then I use this Indian spice tin to put them in, and then it's got a little spoon that comes with it that you just dish out as you're going, and these have got all the sort of spices that I use regularly, and then you can just dish it out as you go, and it makes life so much easier rather than having all the little individual ones that you cannot find. And yeah, so we've got all the different spices like cumin, chili, paprika, cinnamon, turmeric, garlic powder, paprika, coriander, and yeah, because these are so expensive when you buy the little ones. They're so much more expensive than buying the big packets of them, and it lasts you forever. We bought these ages ago and they've lasted us so long, and we cook a lot. Well, we cook all of our food from scratch. And then inside we've just got like the leftovers. Like I wouldn't buy these in bulk because I don't really use them very much, so they're cardamom pods. We've got mustard, garlic, and then like fennel seeds, as though cloves and bay leaves and stuff. So yeah, that's very satisfying. And then here is where we have a bit of a problem, because Alex loves to buy hot sauce and come home with a new condiment every time we go shopping. But we basically got like ketchups and spicy sauces, and then like soy sauces, and then here's like stocks and nutritional yeast and gravy and stuff. But it's more organised, and I know where everything is, and hopefully we can work our way through it so we don't have so many and it's not so stuffed in the future. And at the top we've just got teas, coffee, some like lime and lemon. I don't use them very often, but they're good in an emergency. Tahini, Marmite, and then nut butters at the back. So there's peanut butter. So much neater. I love the spices. It's so satisfying. I'm so happy about that. And yeah, the countertops haven't really changed. We use all of these things on the top all the time. So we've got our blender, juicer, NutriBullet, and food processor, all using for different things, and they just sit there because we use them regularly. And then there's our utensils. And then here, these are so cute. So these little jars, I wanted these for salt and pepper because I don't need, obviously, that much salt and pepper. So they're sort of a more practical size to put on the side. And because I use them regularly, and then things like chili flakes and wild herbs, again, they're things that I use very regularly. They're the sort of standard spices that everybody needs. And then there's oil, even though we literally never use it, as you can see. We don't really use oil in anything, maybe apart from Alex might fry stuff in oil and baking, but yeah. And then pepper, our pepper grinder, and our everything else. I moved that around a little bit to make room for the spices, but that all looks pretty much the same. I think this is the biggest success, is this. I switched these drawers around and I've organised them, so just goes to show how much of a difference it can be. This is so much better than it was before. It was just junk in here, so I just sorted through it all and cleared it all out and put it all in folders, anything that was important, and then threw everything and recycled everything else away. We don't smoke. There are for lighting candles, and yeah, tape measures. And then in here I decided to keep our plastic bottles and then tea towels. There's only one because the others are in the wash. Down here has pretty much stayed the same. I just cleaned it and organised it a little bit, but there are like food processing stuff, and then like bowls, and then like cooking things we use every day, or you know, every week. These drawers, I think that it's really easy to collect utensils and collect kitchen stuff, so I just got rid of anything that I didn't use and didn't use regularly because we didn't need them. And I even had extra spoons like this, but I only ever really use this one, so I got rid of them. And all these things that I know that I want and I will use in the future. So it's so easy to collect utensils and have two of everything, or have variations on things, and it's just, you don't need it, so that's a lot better. And then same again here, these are just things we use. And then chopping board, this is exactly the same, pots and pans. Again, with drawers like this, it's easy to end up collecting spoons, knives and forks, I find. I don't know why, but it does happen. So I got rid of, we had loads of forks for some reason, so I got rid of loads and I've just kept a set and 2 extra forks and 2 extra knives. Neatened everything up and cleaned it out. I think with this, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but when it comes to these things, you've just got to use common sense and try and be brutal and think, why have I got 20 knives when there's only 2 people who live in this house? Like, just get rid of them. Don't think, oh, what if I have a house party or whatever? It doesn't matter. You can, like, it's not, I mean, if you regularly do that, that's fine, but I don't, so it's not something that I need. And then in here, I've just got rid of anything that is unnecessary. We do have 4 bowls, but they're in the wash, and we do have 4 plates. So ignore that. They're all, if there's not a matching set, it's because they're in the dishwasher. And then finally, I sorted through my plastic containers, just kept the ones that I use. Again, I'm repeating myself, but you don't need loads of plastic containers. My parents have so many, but there's just like various sizes. They're very similar style plastic containers, and there are the lids. And then one's here, because we do eat a lot of leftovers, and I always cook in bulk. But before it was all crazy and disorganised, so I just organised it so I know that all of these have lids and they all match. I'm not keeping ones that don't. I hope you enjoyed the video. I find these sorts of videos absolutely fascinating, cleaning out rooms or cleaning out kitchens and things. And while most minimalism videos tend to be after, like how their kitchen is already and how they store things already, I think it's quite fun to see somebody in the process of clearing things out and organising and moving towards minimalism, which is what I am. So if you're in the same position and you're interested in minimalism and you want to go for it and like start getting rid of stuff, then hopefully this was interesting or inspiring for you. My next minimalism video, I will be doing my living room and clearing out any clutter. I hope that I've shared some interesting organisational tips that you might use in your kitchen. Let me know if you have any other tips or tricks that you use to organise your cupboards and your kitchen units. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the video for future minimalism videos, and like the video if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Welcome to another video in my minimalism series. Today I'm going to be doing my kitchen. My kitchen is a total mess. It has lots of junk in the cupboards and I haven't really